Lack of Access to Clean Water by Danielle Denton. Lack of access to clean water has been a severe problem around the globe for years. Some leaders such as the United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon have voiced their concerns as well as urged to become a top priority, Levi Sedal 2011. Many do not think about the pressing issue until one shows factual evidence on the situation or it is affecting them. The reason many do not think about this issue is that they have access to clean water daily. They use their water to shower, brush teeth, dishes, and even clean their clothes. However, that is not always the case for billions of people around the world today that do not have access to clean water. Many illnesses and deaths can be prevented if they had access to clean water. The presentation will outline the many ways on how society can work together to get clean water to those in need, while also using the power of education to show the social constraints that impact the issue and to influence change within our community. How leadership affects our water. In previous honors programs, leadership qualities such as creativity, commitment, communication, inspiration, charisma, integrity, influence, confidence, and vision have become an essential factor when writing many academic papers, which has also helped with being able to give this speech today on the pressing issue of our water. Most think of leadership as a way of forcing followers to do things they would not normally do or make the followers do things that the leaders want. For example, let us look at Hitler. He was one of those leaders. However, leadership is defined as a way to reach a specific goal. Kellerman 2010. How does leadership affect our future water? Without leadership in a company such as World Health Organization, then how would those people have access to the water they need? Someone must take charge and execute and develop the plans. Furthermore, what can we as a society do to make the difference? To effect change, we must fully understand the causes of the issue and how it affects the communities. It is incomprehensible to think of how our world lives in a denial about the lack of access to water around the world. So how can we as a community make this change? We must get our society to think without giving instructions on what to do. To do that, we must give intent by asking what they think is the best option for our community. Marquette 2014. We must ask, how can we get clean water to those in need? And do they think this is a viable option? After coming up with ideas on possible solutions, one must also come up with the procedures to make it possible. To do this, one must apply interdisciplinary teamwork strategies such as leadership management to lead a team in the direction of its goal, communication between the team members, training and development opportunities that give incentives, as well as resources, procedures that give structure, and skills for each team member to incorporate and uphold the vision. Other strategies that help are the climate, which means an appropriate place to work, individual characteristics such as known strengths, weaknesses, and listening skills, clarity of vision by applying values, quality, and outcomes of care such as encouraging feedback, showing satisfaction to improve the issue, and respecting and understanding roles. Nancaro, Booth, Aris, Smith, Enderby, and Roots 2013. Applying such teamwork skills to the issue can bring our society together to help get water to those in need. For example, Denton 2019 asserted that in previous literature on the lack of access to clean water making a difference, page 6-7, participating in civic engagement is essential to making a change in the communities by helping with humanitarian work with political groups such as the World Health Organization. Educate. We must educate and empower those on the many factors that contribute to the lack of access to clean water. Education is essential to understanding how we can implement this change. The many factors that affect our water are human waste, animal waste, chemical, and biological waste. Then there are other factors such as bacteria and natural resources like cyanobacteria, salmonellosis, parasites, red tide, floods, and droughts. Lastly, our cultural conditions also play a significant factor in the contamination as well, such as our growing borders, hydraulic fracturing, transboundary waterways, lack of education, and even poverty. Women and children are affected dramatically in Africa. To give insight to how this affects the women and children of Africa, they spend countless hours looking for viable water and carry their heavy loads back to their communities, even with their babies on their backs. It has even affected their economy by the loss of their population because of the lack of access to clean water. Abiyoud and Fagbayed 2018. By educating those on these social constraints, will help bring awareness to the issue and possibly influence the society to come together to make a difference, as well as making some lifestyle changes. Now that we know the many causes of contamination in the water, how can we implement this change? What are some ways that our society can create and innovate such ideas? We all know that civic engagement, such as writing to the government on the issue, is one way that may contribute. However, we need more, something to make a significant impact. To implement change, we must first develop a strategic plan to increase access to clean water. Objective 1 is to improve sanitation facilities and make sure toilets are being flushed into proper equipment. Objective 2, promote clean hygiene through educational system. Objective 3 is to implement ways to collect rainwater for drinking. And Objective 4 would be to provide a home water treatment system for safe drinking. Institute of Medicine 2009. Even though a strategic plan is in place, other factors such as technology also need to be implemented to help increase sanitary water. One of which that has made a significant impact is the LifeStraw. LifeStraw has not only developed a portable straw that filters impurities out of the water, but the company has also invented the LifeStraw community, which filters out viruses from the water, LifeStraw 2019. Now that both the plan and the technology have been enforced, we can now begin the process of getting cleaner water to those who are in need. Clean water is vital to all forms of life, and we, as a society, need to take care of our water system as much as possible. Without water, all our living things would cease to exist. Conclusion. Leadership qualities from the honors program help develop the skills needed to encourage change within the community and educate those on the severity of the issue. Our world is striving for access to clean water, and factual evidence is proven to show the many factors that are endangering our water system, from natural contaminants to human contaminants, and even how cultural issues are affecting the unsanitary waters around the world. Implementing change by creating innovative plans and technology such as the LifeStraw will increase access to clean water.